Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our distinguished visionary joining us from across the globe. It gives me immense joy to welcome you all to this powerful gathering, AWTE Intellectual Exchange, the May session. I stand before you today not just as a host, but as a passionate educator, a committed SDG advocate, and a firm believer in the transformative power of education. Today, we are not just holding a session, we are building bridges of ideas, innovation, and inspiration that spans across continents, classrooms, and communities. In this space, we are united by one powerful mission to explore, unpack, and activate the Sustainable Development Goals in education and beyond. AWTE, a walk-through education, has always stood as a beacon of hope, learning, and purposeful dialogue. Through our intellectual exchange series, we bring together thought leaders, educators, and change makers from around the world, voices that stir hearts and shift perspectives. This edition is even more symbolic as we approach the halfway mark towards Agenda 2030. The urgency to act, rethink, and innovate has never been greater. Today, we are privileged to host an esteemed global educators, ambassadors, and policy influencers. Their work in advancing the SDGs, from quality education to gender equality, from climate action to partnership for the goals, is nothing short of inspirational. Let me take a moment to reflect on our theme for today, exploring the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals are more than a UN agenda. They are a call to conscience, a global moral compass, and a blueprint for collective survival and shared prosperity. But exploration goes beyond knowing. To explore is to question. Are we truly leaving no one behind? Is our education system equipping children from real-world challenges? How are we weaving empathy, equity, and sustainability into our daily instructions? As educators and change agents, we are not passive observers. We are the torchbearers, igniting minds and shaping futures. And so exploring the SDGs requires us to localize the goals, personalize the approach, and mobilize our students and communities. As we listen today, I urge each of us to move from awareness to action. Let this conversation challenge our norms, open new doors, and inspire us to rethink education as a catalyst for sustainable development. Let us not just explore, let's engage, educate, and empower, because together, through intentional collaboration and meaningful action, we can create the world we want to see. Thank you, everyone, for joining this exchange today. Without you, there is no a walkthrough education, and I appreciate your time, the time that you've just given to us today, leaving all your busy schedules behind and joining us today. We appreciate it so much. Thank you very much. You're welcome. So I want to welcome everyone today. And to start with, I'm going to be welcoming our first speaker for today's session, Dr. Rania Lampo, who is going to be taking us through the SDG 1. Over to you, Dr. Rania.
Yes, warm greetings from Athens, from Greece. Thank you very much, Dr. Gloria. I would like to welcome you all, me too, to this new series, because it's for the first time that we start now a new series about SDG. So I think we will have powerful discussions on this topic also. And I would like to welcome also new friends today, your guest, Dr. Richa. Welcome. It's nice to see you here. Thank you for accepting my invitation. Thank you. So yes, I will start with the first Sustainable Development Goal, which is about poverty And I would like to ask by this question, is ending poverty by 2030 realistic? Because we all know that the UN has set its ambitious vision to eradicate extreme poverty globally. Of course, progress has been made over the past 2 decades, but multiple challenges threaten this goal. So the question arises, is this target realistic or is it aspirational? The World Bank defines extreme poverty as living on less than 2 USD per day. And Sustainable Development Goal also includes relative poverty, which has to do with access to services, vulnerability to economic, social, environmental shocks. Of course, there are progress that I mentioned before. Extreme poverty fell from 36% to 10% of the world populations. Of course, there were times there were setbacks like COVID pandemic, the global conflicts, the war, Ukraine, Sudan, Gaza, this economic instability that have reversed some gains. And at the same time, climate-related disasters, droughts, and floods that continue to destroy livelihoods, especially in vulnerable nations. So the key challenges is that it's about slowing economic growth, especially developing countries are not growing fast enough to create the jobs and income needed. Rising debt burdens limit public investment in poverty-reducing programs. It's about still inequality. Even in growing economies, the benefits are often not evenly distributed. Gender, ethnicity, geography, disability all shape, of course, access to resources. And if we talk about fragile states and conflict zones, over 60% of the global poor live in fragile and conflict-affected states. Climate change, of course, climate shocks are driving poverty through food insecurity, displacement, and health crisis, and poor communities are the least resilient. So we talk about at the same time inadequate social protection, health expenses, job loss, natural disaster can push families into poverty overnight. And nearly half of the world's population lack access to basic social safety nets. There's a funding gap at the same time because according to UN, developing countries face a 4 trillion annual gap to meet all the sustainable development goals, and foreign help is insufficient, domestic resources are limited in low-income countries. So the optimistic view is that with political will, innovation, strong global cooperation, substantial progress is possible. Investments in education, in health, digital access, women's empowerment can yield strong poverty reduction outcomes. But there is another point of view, the realistic view, which says that completely ending in poverty, of course, by 2030 is unlikely, especially after recent global setbacks. However, we can dramatically reduce extreme poverty with the right strategies. And what needs to be done is policy actions, mostly invest in inclusive job-rich growth, expand universal health, education access, strengthen social protection systems, try to tackle corruption and inequality, promote climate resilience in poor communities. And global actions means increase official development assistance, debt relief and fair trade terms, and encourage, of course, private investment, development infrastructure. So it's something that is not fully realistic, but it remains a powerful and necessary goal to focus the world's attention and resources. And here we need to mention the paradox of economic growth and rising inequality, because economic growth is considered as a primary engine for reducing poverty and improving living standards. However, in many countries, both developed and developing, we observe this trouble trend. While GDP has increased, inequality has also widened. So this is the core paradox. More wealth is being created, yet this wealth is not reaching everyone. So in practice, who benefits from growth depends on the structure of the economy, depends on policy frameworks, access to education, and health of power dynamics. We could say that the causes of this paradox are related with a capital accumulation which outpaces wage growth, returns on capital grow faster than wages. So the wealthy people who own most assets see their wealth increase much faster than workers. The globalization, technological change, jobs move to low-cost countries. This means that low-skilled workers lose out, while high-skilled and capital owners benefit. And automation, of course, replaces labor without adequate job creation. Tax policy and regulation. Many governments have reduced taxes on the wealthy in corporations. On the other hand, they increase taxes in the middle, for the middle classes. So all these factors, alongside with the weak social protection systems, inadequate welfare, the healthcare, the informal labor markets, which trap people in low-wage, insecure jobs, all these are factors that actually could explain this paradox between growing economic wealth, but widening inequalities. So my concluding, I want to say that progressive taxation, it's very important. Higher taxes on high income and wealth with reinvestment in public services, universal social protection, minimum wage and labor rights, so to raise income for the working class, investment in rural areas, marginalized communities, and reducing monopolies and financial speculation. This paradox reveals that growth alone is not enough. Obviously, without deliberate policies to share its benefits, growth can deepen social divides. To truly end poverty and create sustainable societies, we must rethink how wealth is created, how it's distributed, and how it is used. So thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you the best for this new session today.
Thank you, Dr. Rania, for this amazing presentation. Thank you for that insightful speech. Tackling poverty is indeed the first step towards sustainable living. And that is why the UN decided to make it the first goal, because with poverty, if we can succeed in eradicating poverty, we are halfway gone with other goals. Thank you very much. Let's now turn our attention to another pressing goal 2, which is zero hunger. And I hereby welcome Ambassador Neelam Saxena from India as she talks about the goal 2. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Greetings from India. Namaste, one and all present here. Thank you very much, ma'am, to giving me this opportunity. My today's topic is school and community gardens addressing food insecurity. It is just related to second goal of sustainable development, no hunger. Yes, school and community gardens, both are related to each other. In school, maybe some gardens, and by the community, maybe many gardens which are nearby a school, or in under a community, there may be a school. So both can take the benefit of each other. School and community gardens play in addressing food insecurity by providing food to fresh produce and promoting sustainable agriculture practices. First of all, I want to share my own experience when I was studying class 2 years old. So that time from class 6 to years, there were 2 subjects, home science as well as agriculture. Agriculture was for the boys student, and home science was for the girls student. So during agriculture, I used to watch my teacher. He used to tell the children how to grow vegetables in school garden. And he used to sow so many vegetables in that garden. And afterwards, after some time, I have seen really so many vegetables. And he used to distribute to children, as well as sometimes they prepare this inside the school, because that time this facility was not available, which is nowadays running in India, midday meal. Midday meal, that time it was not happening, but in the practical exam of home science, the sir used to give us the fresh vegetable of the school, and we used to prepare by with some of the dishes which we could. So this was my experience. It was very much interesting. I have seen first time how to grow up the potatoes, how to grow up the tomatoes in a school, and green chili I have seen in my school. So this was a very nice experience for me. And afterwards, I have learned how to grow up, and the one interest was created inside me to grow up these vegetables. I have seen many times the children take interest to grow up the flowers and show plants, but most of the children, they don't take interest to grow up the vegetables in their garden. So after watching this, after taking this experience from my school, I have taken one interest, and this interest yet now I am having, and whenever I feel free, that I try to do it. Because after growing up any vegetable by our own hand, there is a different charm to eat this. Okay, so this is my experience, and by from the school, and as well as from the community garden, if we are getting the fresh food, so there are many benefits by which I think it is very much helpful in the to get the second goal of sustainable development, no hunger. First of all, I can say availability of the fresh food. It is easy to access the fresh food from the nearby community garden or from the school also. Anytime, if we are not having the vegetables and other things, so we can find it from the garden easily. So it is the availability, and fresh food also. No doubt, we are getting the fresh food in front of us. We are taking out, we are plucking some fresh vegetables. So it is a good for the health, as well as good experience, and interesting thing for the children, as well as for the teachers, and all who are in related to in a school. And food security and self sufficiency, it is also there, means we are purchasing from the market, so we are not getting fresh food. Many things are mixed in that, injections are going on, many composting is there. So we are secure, we are safe from these things, and we are getting our food is completely secure if we are having the garden in our school, or we are having any community garden. Educational is also there. As I have told, I have shared my own experience by which I have learned how to sow the vegetables, and how to get it, and how to care our plants, and which time we have to watering on that, and which time sunlight is necessary, what compost is necessary for these food. So it is also beneficial from the point of view of education, as well as community engagement, where all the children, they are doing work together. The works have been distributed to all the children. First work, what you have to do, how many children will do first day, and second day how many children will do, and together they are getting food, together they are plucking, together they are watering. So it is a different experience for the children also, and collaboration is also there. And same way, the community engagement, all the children are engaged totally in it. They are sometimes they are not having interest to study, so that time they can do it, and they can get the interest, and mind should also be fresh. They can feel fresh in greenery area while watching, while passing time in the greenery area. It is also beneficial for them. as well as sustainable practice is also there, by which the organic gardens we are finding, composting and rainwater harvesting they are learning, as well as improved soil health also, because in market we are watching so many things they are mixing in our vegetable. These are not fresh, and water harvesting, how to do it, this is also good, means water harvesting if they are doing, they are learning something, and this water they can also utilize in other, for the other work, as well as for the vegetables also. And fresh fruits also they are getting, and same time if they are feeling hunger, so by the fruits they are feeling good, and they are feeling fresh also, and the same way they can remove their hunger. And economic benefits also there. If fresh food we are having in our own garden, why we go to outside to purchase it, why we waste our money to purchase the mixed vegetable, mixed fruits. And it is also long time stability. Suppose how many fruits we are required, only that fruits we can take from our garden, and next day we can pluck it out, and we can save it also in our in our kitchen also, and we can utilize for in different way. So many benefits are there economically also. And if community garden they are having much more quantity, so the student can get also the experience of the sale out of these things, and the school staff also can get the benefit of it, because if those things are available in our own place. So I think it is means when we purchase anything from the market, so it looks very little in the quantity, but if it is available, so it is means many person can utilize it in a same quantity. And health and well-being also, as I have already told, the student when they are working in greenery area, they are taking fresh air there, and passing the time, and green grass is there suppose, and they are walking on that, it is beneficial for their eyes as well as for their mind also. So health and well-being is also a major concern nowadays. So after community garden, and after taking the benefit of it, they can feel the health. No, they cannot feel the health issues so much. And if food literacy is also there. Food literacy means, as I have told, I was not aware how to grow up the vegetable as well as fruit plant, how to plant it, how when we have to watering it. So this agriculture knowledge they can also get, and how to produce the things, and about the nutrition, about the healthy eating habit, it can develop by these community garden. Because healthy habit means if they are having habit to eat the fresh food every time, they can't face when they are having not fresh food and they are purchasing from market, so easily they can get the difference easily, that it is from the garden directly it is coming, or after mixing, after cold storage this thing is coming. So these knowledge they can also get. And environmental benefits also, if we are growing the green area nearby our school, nearby our community, so fresh air is there, and heat generation will also less, and greenery area is beneficial for eyes, head, and all over our body. So they can get the benefit of environmental changes. And suppose if a school they are not having, suppose they are not having complete area in their school, many schools are there, they are in kids school, sometimes they are not having the raw material as well as the open area for growing it. So they can get the knowledge to grow up how on the roof also, as well as on the in the plot, means so big plots, pots they can take, and in that they can grow up the fruits plants, because nowadays many techniques are there and they can learn these techniques. And a small garden maybe arise in our roof area, in our floor that is not having the soil on it. So there are many method we can apply on it. So by these all the things, if we are having fresh food, where we are having the garden in our own school, we are having the community garden, so we are finding fresh food easily, these are available, and we are taking knowledge day by day. And by taking these food every day, our health will be fit and fine. And the big benefit of these, there will no hunger, because if the things is available here nearby our place, so what is the need to purchase the thing and so much money? It is not purchase these fresh food, fresh vegetable, fresh fruits. And they can, if they are feeling healthy, fit and fine, their mind will work good, and by which they can study well, and they can, I think the atmosphere will also be peaceful. Thank you very much, ma'am. This is my opinion. Okay.
Thank you very much for such a compelling talk, Ambassador Neelam. Thank you very much. This is about dignity, access to food, and also justice for everyone. Your message challenges us to consider how education and policymakers can cultivate a hunger-free future. Thank you very much for all this. And up next, I have Dr. Mohamed Elzek from Morocco, who is going to be speaking on SDG 3, good health and well-being. Over to you, Dr. Mohamed.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present. Glad to join you from Morocco. This is Mohamed Elzek, a PhD candidate at the Faculty of Education and a high school teacher of English. This is a very interesting topic, which is about exploring the Sustainable Development Goals. The area of focus that I'm tackling is entitled Promoting Mental Health and Life Skills Education in Schools and Local Communities. I will restrict my intervention to two areas. The first one is about school. How can we promote mental health and life skills education in schools? And the second part is about how can we promote these in local communities. I will start with the possible suggestions on how to promote mental health and skills in schools, and I have suggested 4 interventions. The first one is through integrating mental health into the school syllabi and the course descriptions, depending on the level, and this could be realized through incorporating interesting and relevant topics in terms of age, of level, on emotional well-being, stress management, as well as let's say life skills education. These skills could be communicative competence, empathy, decision making, and conflict resolutions, to name but a few. And this could be integrated through across various school subjects, especially English. We know that nowadays we have a huge amount of digital resources available on promoting mental health and life skills available for free in different forms in the internet, and also AI platforms could also play a significant role in facilitating the process of finding instructional materials related to this. We just need, in simple terms, to set these skills as part of the program of the syllabi. The second suggestion has to do with teacher education and training. At this level, teachers could be trained to detect early signs of mental health issues, especially teachers who teach in primary school and the kindergarten level. Teachers also could be equipped to create safe and let's say inclusive classrooms that promote psychological safety and provide. Also, teachers could be provided with effective strategies to deliver life skills education in an effective way. Possibly ways is the way how can teachers establish trust, for example, at the beginning of the school years? How can they maintain inclusivity and convey empathy and warmth throughout the year, and so on? Moving to the third suggestion, I would like to highlight the role of student involvement and peer support. And this requires involving students in designing and leading mental health activities through, for example, group or peer projects, and delivering presentations about mental health related issues, and also encouraging students clubs that focus on emotional well-being and leadership skills as extracurricular activities, especially at the level of high schools, where students have advanced levels to engage in such activities without the barrier of language proficiency. The last suggestion when it comes to school is involving parents. Here in Morocco, we have the Parents Association. There are volunteers from parents who join the school and in making decisions and doing different things when it comes to planning, when it comes to establishing any activities at the level of school. And by involving parents, this will help a lot in finding ways of how to integrate mental health and life skills education. This could also be realized through conducting workshops and seminars for parents at the end of the year, and other caregivers, of course, on how to support children's mental health. We know the importance of the psychological well-being of students. Let me here cite the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and psychological needs are very important to satisfy for students to be involved, engaged in the learning process. Now I move to the second part, which has to do with promoting mental health and life skills education in local communities. And at this level, I have suggested three interventions. The first one is establishing youth programs and entertainment spaces here in Morocco. In almost every area, we have a youth center, and we can take advantage of this. And this could be done by organizing extracurricular and youth engagement programs that focus on life skills, creativity, and teamwork. and also set up a safe space for community hubs where youths can access support, and also or simply just talk, because when we give students the opportunity to talk, they express themselves, they share their concerns, and this helps to foster a mindset, a growth mindset, and also the promotion of resilience among students. The second intervention has to do with establishing partnerships with NGOs and health services to train community leaders and volunteers, because we will need staff to do this. Teachers cannot do this alone. We need, in addition to parents, we need people who are specialized, who are trained to do this. And collaboration with local and national NGOs can help to offer mobile clinics, counseling services, and workshops, while also advocating for the integration of mental health issues in primary health care centers, of course, if they are available. The last thing we can do, and this is the simplest, is to establish community awareness campaigns using local media, using community centers, and social media, given that most people of different age access social media. And this will help to promote mental health literacy while involving local influencers to reduce stigma and spread awareness. And this is all from my part. Thank you so much.
Thank
The
you. Thank
floor
you.
is yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Mohamed Elzek. We appreciate your speech. This is a powerful message. So true well-being goes beyond clinics. Just as you said, it begins in homes, classrooms, and communities. And you've rightly emphasized the interconnectedness of mental health, physical health, and emotional health in achieving this particular SDG goal, which is SDG 3. Let's continue to journey with as we move on to the next speaker. Excuse me. The next speaker is Ambassador Kamal Louhani, who is going to be speaking on quality education. Over to you, Ambassador Kamal.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Namaskar, Shubh Sandhya. Good evening to everybody, all the esteemed speakers here. Respected Rania ma'am, respected Gloria ma'am, Neelam ma'am, Nahid sir, Mohammed Elzek sir. Today we have some new members, esteemed panelists, speakers. Once again, Namaste from India. Well, my name is Kamal Chandra Lohani. I am from Nainital, Uttarakhand, India. Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Today we have some new topics. It is about SDG. And thank you very much for this. First of all, I would like to appreciate our respected Mohammed Elzek sir for the decency, for his decency. I love him a lot. I respect him a lot as he shows in this platform with his presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you. Now let us come to the topic. It is about quality education. And great freedom fighter and a great leader of Africa, Nelson Mandela, he said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And I agree. I just think that education is really a boon. Just imagine for a while if we were not educated. Imagine for a while. We were not educated. How could we join this work through education? How could be this platform as a family? So this is the influence and miracle of the education. And I must say, every child who takes birth on this earth, in this world, he has the right to get educated, to be educated. And one more thing I would like to share here, do not wear branded clothes and branded shoes. Do not use plates for your meals and for your food, for eating. You can use your palms, but educate your children. Each one teach one. Each one teach one. Because education is the only wealth. It is the only wealth which can bring everything for you, for everybody. So SDG 4, it is all about quality education, Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations 2030 Agenda. It is about ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all. I think SDG 4 includes 7 to 10 targets. So these targets are, the first one is universal primary and secondary education to ensure that all girls and boys complete free, equitable and quality primary and secondary education. And the second target is early childhood development and pre-primary education to ensure access to quality early childhood development and pre-primary education. The third target is equal access to technical, vocational and higher education to ensure equal access to for all women and men, means boys and girls, to affordable and technical, vocational and tertiary education. The next target is skills for employment to increase the number of youth, I mean to say men and women who have relevant skills for employment and entrepreneurship. And next, gender equality and inclusion to eliminate gender disparities in education and ensure equal access for vulnerable populations. Next target is universal youth literacy to ensure all youth achieve the literacy and numeracy. The next target is education for sustainable development and global citizenship to ensure learners acquire knowledge and skills to promote sustainable development. So there are some means of implementation, including the target, build and upgrade education facilities, expand scholarships for developing countries, increase supply of qualified trained teachers. So there are, I think, some challenges to SDG 4. These challenges are inadequate education infrastructure, shortage of trained skilled teachers, conflict and displacement, digital divide, economic barriers, and inequality. When we talk about India for the SDG Sustainable Development Goals for quality education, inclusive and quality education, I think India has made a significant strides in improving access to education, especially at the primary level. But there are some challenges also, like inequality, equity, and digital access. But we can see some achievements in India, and I'm very happy to share that. We have here high enrollment rate in primary education. It is above 90%. Increased literacy rate, approximately it is 77.7%. Improved gender parity in schools enrollment, expansion of digital learning platforms like Diksha and Swayam. These are the digital platforms, but we have some challenges in India also. Like the challenges are like dropout rates in secondary and higher education, learning loss due to COVID-19. It affected, the COVID-19 affected the system here. Digital divide between rural and urban areas, poor learning outcomes, shortage of skilled and trained teachers, lack of training, in some regions. And major initiatives have been taken by the government of India, like National Education Policy 2022. National Education Policy 2022 focus on the foundational literacy and numeracy, FLN. And we have now a different school structure: 5 + 3 + 3 + 4 means 4 years for 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, then 3 years 6, 7th, 8th, then 3 years 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the remaining 5 years NC, LKG, UKG, first and second. So that is the new structure as per the new education policy. And emphasis on holistic and skill-based multilingual education. Some new policy and the new scheme, that is Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. It integrates primary and secondary and teacher education. It aims for the quality and equity. And the next the policy is that Nipun Bharat. Its target is to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3 by 26-27. And PM E-Vidya, the multimodal online education. During we had that multi-model online education during COVID-19, like TV, radio, and digital. We have some digital platforms here: Diksha, Swayam, E-Pathshala, and some more. One more facility which is being provided here in India in our schools, that is MDM, midday meal scheme. It supports nutrition and school attendance. So India is seen as a key player in achieving sustainable development goals for and regionally, because due to its size and educational reforms. So what more can we do? What is required more here? We can improve quality and relevance of education. I mean, we need to focus on the learning outcomes. We can close regional and gender gaps. We can strengthen teachers' training, expand access to digital infrastructure and affordable internet facilities, and we can promote vocational and skill development. Now, inclusive and equitable education, a tool for lifelong learning and global citizenship. I think education is more than the transmissions of knowledge. It is a transformative force that shapes us, that shapes our society, that shapes individuals. Inclusive and equitable quality education is a powerful tool to promote lifelong learning and foster global citizenship. Inclusive and equitable education ensures that every learner, regardless of gender, ability, ethnicity, or socio-economic background, has equal access to learning. Equitable education means recognizing and addressing the specific needs of the disadvantaged groups so that all learners have a fair chance to succeed in his life. A lifelong learning, why it matters? It matters a lot. Lifelong learning means continuous development of knowledge and skills throughout the life from early childhood. So there are some benefits of this lifelong learning. It enhances employment and adaptability in the changing world. It fosters critical thinking and problem-solving skills. It supports personal growth and personal development. It builds resilience. Global citizenship education helps teachers understand global issues. So that is the main benefit of global citizenship education. And respect diversity and take responsibility as a citizen of an interconnected world. How education promotes global citizenship? It encourages tolerance, and intercultural understanding. It cultivates sustainability, peace, and human rights values. It prepares learners to act on climate change, inequality, and conflict resolution. It builds empathy and collaboration. Inclusive education breaks barriers for marginalized groups. Lifelong learning prepares individuals for future jobs. Global citizenship instills values of peace and diversity. Inclusive education builds a safe, respectful environment. Lifelong learning helps in reskilling, upskilling, and global citizenship enhances global awareness. Something we have to do, something more we have to do in this direction, like we can policy reforms where something more can be done here. Teachers training, curriculum development, community involvement, engagement, technology access. So, in my conclusion, I would like to say that inclusive and equitable education is not just a right, it is the foundation for the building peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable society, sustainable world. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your passion for education is very contagious. Thank you. This goal lies at the heart of all SDGs. So quality education is the seed from which every other sustainable development dream can grow. So I would like to use this opportunity to say that I would say Mr. Kamal's passion for education is really contagious, very, very contagious. He is this person that wants to grow, and as he's growing, he's
Thank-
carrying everybody around him as well, including his students, not just
Thank you.
teachers.
Thank,
So I
thank you, ma'am.
appreciate you, and this SDG for you that was given to you, you really explored it. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, ma'am.
now
It is your blessing.
you're welcome.
It is your blessing. It is the blessings of Rania ma'am. It is the encouragement and motivation of our respected knight, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
You're
Thanks a
welcome.
lot.
So now
Salute in turns.
okay. So let's explore the next dimension of the global development, global sustainable development goal, which is the goal 5. So I hereby welcome Dr. Richa Ranjan, who is going to explore that topic with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Gloria. And thanks, Dr. Rania, for making this platform accessible. And I'm seeing you all for the first time. Hello to everyone. So today I'm going to speak about the most sensitive topic in the world, that is SDG 5, gender equality. Uh, SDG 5 aims to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. This goal is to eliminate gender disparities and promote equal opportunities, rights, and participation in all aspects of life. So there are some key targets for this. I'll be discussing about the main targets, which are 5 targets. And first, I'll speak about the numbers of the target, then I'll go in detail about this topic. So what are the key targets? First is there should be end all forms of discrimination, elimination of discrimination against women and girls everywhere, all over the world. And second target is eliminate violence. There should be end of violence against women and girls in public and private, both these spheres. And there should be end of child marriage. There shouldn't be no forced marriage or the child marriage. And there should, and fourth point is there should be equal participation. We should ensure women's in equal participation in every field, including leadership, politics, and every decision making. And last is ensure access to reproductive rights. And we know we all are moms, we all are daughters, the main point is reproduction, which is not even taught somewhere, or nobody is discussing about this. But we should ensure universal access to reproductive rights, and it is related to health as well. So, why these points are important? Why these targets are to be discussed? Yeah, there is the great importance of these all. We should promote equality. Gender equality is not the fundamental right, but human right as well. We should empower women because women contributes to the economic growth, social development, and sustainable development. And yes, it improves health. Gender equality improves health. There's when health is improved, there's outcome, and particularly for women and the girls. So I'll come on the first sustainable topic of this SDG 5. It is to end all forms of discrimination against women and girls, which focus on there must be some strategies. One I can say is legal reforms. There should be strengthening of the laws and policies which are made, and that should promote the gender equality. And there should be awareness which will raise the educating communities about the importance of gender equality, and empowering women and girls to claim their rights. And there should be accountability, holding governments and institutions. They must be accountable for promoting gender equality. And how this can be implemented? There should be policy change. Government can enact laws and policies which only will promote gender equality. There are so many laws, but they should work upon them. And education and training, providing education training on education, this gender equality, community engagement, which also will promote gender equality, support services, providing support services for women, girls who are facing the discrimination. So these are the strategies, and but there are challenges also upon this point is social norms changing deeply ingrained, and social norms are stereotypes. We have to overcome the resistance to change from various stakeholders. So now I'll come upon the second point, which is eliminating violence against women and girls. So this is our target. So what kinds of violence? I've also done my PhD, as I'm doctorate in family law. So I've done a PhD in domestic violence. So now there I studied only there were two kinds of violence, physical and mental. But we exceeded the topic. There was the third violence, which was never discussed anywhere. In 2005 in India, we got the Act, Domestic Violence Act. There we heard about the cases, we studied, and as I researched on that topic, I came to know about the problems of the wives, girls, sisters who were in the problem at their homes. So, what kinds of violence? They are physical violence, which is physically harm or abuse, sexual violence that can be considered as rape, sexual assault, and other forms of exploitations. And there is one main problem which is occurring all over the world, that is psychological violence, emotional violence, which is neither physical, not this is the mental violence, which is in our minds. So, emotional abuse, harassment, and intimidation. And lastly, there is one or more violence, that is economic violence, which means controlling the finance. There are many ladies who are not working, so they are controlled. But I've heard many of the cases where the ladies are working, then also they are under the control of the men. So if we are discussing about the gender equality, what I think is there should be only respect. If the men is respecting women, I I think there is no need of gender equality. Respect follows everything. So after this economic, because when the finances are controlled, they are withholding the resources and exploiting economic resources. So now what is the consequence of these kind of violences? There is physical harm, which injures also their health problems, and even the result is death of the women. And what are the result due to emotional trauma, anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, which is very common all nowadays, social isolation, loss of social connections, and support networks. So, for these to undergo, there must be strategies to eliminate violence. Now, what are they? The laws must be strengthening. Uh, there are already enacted laws, but they should prevent and they should be enforced to avoid and prevent the violences. And there must be education. And the main thing is, we know there are so many laws written. We do educate, but there is no awareness about these laws. So there must be awareness, educating communities about the consequences of the violence, and there must be support services uh, for survivors, such as counseling and shelters. And there must be community engagement in preventing the violence. And human rights are also, we can say, the great supporter for preventing these violences. Now, my third point is health and well-being, eliminating violence overall, about the well-being. Uh, and third target is equal participation of women and girls in leadership and decision making. Why it is important? Because it promotes diversity and it empowers women. Equal participation empowers women to contribute to the society, and it supports the SDG sustainable goals. Women participation is crucial for achieving sustainable development. And which are the areas where women can participate? Politics. They can represent in government and decision making. Economy, equal opportunities for women in the workforce and community. So we get the benefit also for these laws. And fourth point is ensuring access to reproductive rights. So SDG 5 target is universal, uh, which must be ensured to the rights of the women regarding the reproduction. What are the key aspects? First is family planning, access to contraception and family planning services, maternal health, access to quality maternal health care services, reproductive health education, comprehensive education on the reproductive health. And in India, I think so. It's been weak. I'm seeing many Indians over here. Now, this is the fundamental right of the women that she'll get the maternity leave. She's having the right. She can apply for this. She'll get the maternity leave for 2 years. And what is the importance for this? Health outcomes, improves maternal and infant health outcomes. Women's autonomy, access to reproductive right, promotes women autonomy and decision making. Empowerment enables women to make informed choices about their bodies and lives. It is the body of the women, and she should have the right for the reproduction, whether she wants to have the baby or because after the family planning, after two babies, for the third one or the fourth one, she must have the right to take the decision. And what are the strategies for this? Policy reforms. It's the same about the laws and policies regarding their reproductive rights. Access to services, which is quality reproductive healthcare services, education and awareness, providing comprehensive education on reproductive health. Because in India, we are having such a society where Reproduction is then on the higher state, but they don't get such kind of medical facilities. And fifth is ending child marriage, which should be the target. Why to end the child marriages? To protect girls, right? And because it ends exploitation and it protects girls' human right. Promotes education, allows girls to continue education, pursue their goals, what they want in their lives. Improves health, reduce risk of early pregnancy and maternal mortality. Because what are the consequences of the child marriage? There'll be limited education, girls often drop from their schools. There will be the health risk, early pregnancy, child complications, childbirth complications, and there'll be limited opportunities. And now what can be done? Again, about the laws, that should be prohibited, and enforcing laws to prohibit child marriage, education and awareness to the community, and empowering girls, providing opportunity for supporting the girls. Thank you. This was it for this SDG 5.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for this, for speaking with such courage and clarity. Indeed, gender equality is a human rights issue. Your call to action reminds us that true development must be inclusive and just. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate. So I'm going to move over to the next speaker, Ambassador Nahid Raza, who is going to be speaking on SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Gloria ma'am. I appreciate the topic you have scripted, right? And these topics would definitely be making us better, right? Better as administrator, better as human being, better as citizen, better as social worker, better as educator, right? My sincere gratitude to Rania ma'am. She started with a strong footing, and she has given us direction, right? So my sincere gratitude and welcome to you all. Kamal sir has been appreciating my small efforts consistently, unconditionally. I appreciate him equally, right? And I could see Neela ma'am, she has spoken, and Dr. Richa Ranjan ma'am has just concluded with a very, very, very confident note. So my sincere gratitude, and I am Nahid Raza. I am from Uttarakhand. I am a school principal, right? And Gloria ma'am keeps me inviting, and I keeps on delivering things. So today's topic is very good topic, right? And because it is clean water and sanitation. Why it matters? It does matter. Why? Because clean water is very much required. Cancer cases are increasing consistently, and we need to be worried about it. Clean water and sanitation refers to ensuring everyone has access to safe drinking water, proper toilets, and good hygiene practices. If drinking water is better, life is better. If proper toilets are there, hygiene is there. If hygiene is there, we are healthier, we are better, our thinking is better, our delivery is better. So hygiene is need to be maintained in all forms of life. This is known as WASH, water, sanitation, and hygiene. Importance of health and development. Access to clean water and sanitation is essential for preventing diseases. I repeat, for preventing diseases, cholera, typhoid, and diarrhea, which is especially dangerous for children under 5. Good hygiene such as hand washing further reduces disease transmission and improves overall quality of life. Reliable water and sanitation services support education, economic growth, and community resilience. You must have seen that in very underdeveloped areas, where girls are fetching water. In place of going to school, they bring water for the family, and their educational advancement is hindered, and consequently, lot many social problems arise. If problem of safe water is eliminated, we could see very positive results coming up. And data is there with me. Over 2 billion people lack safe drinking water at home, and more than 4 billion lack adequate sanitation facilities. I think across the world, this is very, very disappointing data. Millions die each year from diseases linked to unsafe water and poor sanitation, with children particularly are the victims. Inadequate wash keeps communities trapped in cycles of poverty and illness. Sustainable Development Goal, we have been talking, and this goal is Goal 6. The United Nations SDG 6 aims to achieve universal and equitable access to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene by 2030, focusing on vulnerable groups and sustainable management of water resources. So this is what is happening around the world. What is to be done in schools? Safe drinking water is right of every child. We should provide it anyhow. Clean and separate toilets for boys and girls, hand washing facilities with soap should be introduced. Hygiene, education, and promotion could also be introduced for making this world healthy world. Why wash? Why should we introduce water, sanitation, and hygiene? It reduces the spread of diseases and improves health of children. It increases school attendance. I repeat, it improves school attendance, retention. Third, my points in this regard is promotes healthy habits that children would carry home, and they will share it with their communities, and all would be benefited. It supports children's rights to health education and dignity. So my sincere gratitude again to Gloria ma'am for giving us such topics that we are pondering. And many a times, since there are hardly any problems in my area of drinking water and sanitation, but we learn the problems of all children around the world, and we feel that we need to educate our students, the ones who go out in the future. They would be very sensitive. They would be in a position to help. And even I'm disappointed to read out this data. And I hope that each one sitting in this gallery would work together in this regard to make these resources, life-saving resources. First of all, if water, since I am living in Tarai, water table is very high. So we should keep check on using of water so that our co-citizens, co-world citizens have that water. And in the same manner, we should try to curb and control disposal of chemicals, because the ones whom we are teaching today, tomorrow they would be engineers, they would be doctors, they would be lawyers, and we need to create such a constituency that they are very sensitive to this grave situation, and they would help other children, other people to come out of this problem. So my sincere gratitude again to Gloria ma'am. She has been giving us topics which are very much relevant and they are very much in humanitarian ground. And many of us after reading could be philanthropists, good human beings, and it would be there in brain because people around the world or people in some pockets of the world are suffering of this wash, water, sanitation, and hygiene. And if we can contribute on this planet to make it better, so it would be very, very, very good for us, for our lives. Our soul would be satisfied, we would be satisfied, and our life would be useful, meaningful. With this, with sincere salutation to all the ones who are listening, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for such a great talk. It's amazing. Thank you very much. Clean water is indeed life. You've reminded us that without access to water and sanitation, every other goal is compromised. So let's now reflect on yet another pillar of sustainability, which is still on that clean water and sanitation. Thank you very much, Ambassador Nahid, for this wonderful talk. Thank you. And now I move over to the next speaker, Mr. Michael Unanna Ndukwe.
Gloria ma'am, I think Anuradha ma'am wishes to say something.
Yeah, sorry for, I just want to speak one line in between. There is a very famous quote in India that is known as Vada Vasudev Kutumbakam. That means all, Sari Prithvi Mera Ghar hai. Yani ki all the world is my home. When we are going to have this feeling in mind, that means we are going to care for everyone, everywhere, whosoever is living in everywhere on the planet. That means all the goals are related with everyone, whosoever is living being, not only the human being, but for the flora and fauna. Everybody has a right to live on the earth and everybody should be cared by everybody else. So I think that is the very beauty of this platform where everybody is speaking, and I just want to share my few lines here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear Nurada. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it well, but with time I will get used to the pronunciation. Thank you very much. And I'm going to move on to the next speaker, Dr. Nana Michael, who is going to be speaking on affordable and clean energy. Over to you, sir. He's also one of our new members from Nigeria. So the floor is yours, sir. Mr. Michael Nana. I guess this should be his network. Dr. Michael, I can see he's frozen somehow. His screen is frozen, so I guess this should be network issues. Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Having me. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but
can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you, everyone, for having me. Global warming is a very serious issue in the world. A lot of hue and cry have been ringing out about it. Let people know that yes, global warming is a very serious matter in the world right now. And a lot of good action plans need to be taken to be able to mitigate energy, global warming. And one of the key ways to do that is to apply renewable energy that will mitigate the issue of global warming and emission of dangerous gases into the atmosphere. Yes, this action plan needs to be global and regional and even localized. But now, the localized actions are being taken by industrial nations, advanced nations, leaving behind the third world countries. Because we are a global nation, and what happens to this area impacts on other areas of the world. This action needs to extend to the development world so that their own action can now be able to impact globally and help the world not to run into a very serious problem as being projected by scientists. So what can be done? One, we need to reduce greenhouse effects by reducing the amount of methane that was being emitted into the environment. And also, we need to go into the renewable energy, like I said before, just like China is doing now. They go into electric cars, solar panel cars, and other battery-powered cars. So those renewable energy helps them to be able to cut down on fossil fuel energy, and then thus reducing the amount of dangerous gases that are being emitted into the atmosphere. But like I said before, if this plan are being taken, this action are being taken by the Western industrialized countries and leaving the developing countries, the third world countries, then there's still a problem. There's a problem because even in Nigeria, it is recognized that renewable energy is very important for us, but the resources to be able to adopt this new renewable energy is a problem. Government have policies they put in place, but those policies are not being implemented. And so they are not going anywhere. They only end up in white paper and not being actualized or being implemented in the society. And if Nigeria as a nation, just as other nations in Africa and other third world countries, are not applying the policies and not implementing them, it means their actions here are going to be dangerous to the planet Earth. And if it's dangerous to planet Earth, all the actions that are taken in the Western world would have not yielded any good result, because the connectivity makes it possible that what happened in Nigeria will still rotate around and get back to the advanced nations and just impacting negatively, because we're a globalized village, so to say. So what are they to do? Actions have to be taken to reach out to the third world countries. One, that some bodies need to fund the third world countries, help them to be able to actualize and implement this renewable energy. Now, some nations are subsidizing solar panels for Nigeria, so that we can have a case of Nigeria having a whole lot of solar panels coming in because the cost is being subsidized by the Western nations. That's an action in the right direction. But what of other areas? Electric cars. Yeah, we learn that Burkina Faso is now producing electric cars, which is helping to mitigate dangerous gas emissions. But which nation, developed nation is helping them? No one is helping them. So in this case, the Western country is supposed to aid them by funding them. And also, we need organizations, individuals. SDG is a framework meant for government, civil organizations, and big conglomerates to help. After all, our interest is to save the earth. All we want to do is to save the earth. So if these big organizations that have made so much money can bring some package of their money, some aspect of their money to help developing countries in their efforts to implement renewable energy, it will impact positively. So as Burkina Faso is producing that they can also help other nations like Nigeria, not only giving them fund, there's supposed to be supervision. They send people to monitor what they're doing, what Nigerians are doing with the fund given to them, so that we can see that corruption will not eat away the money. We'll be able to apply the money given to us to have factories that can produce. So because if we're importing, of course, dollar exchange, they bring the money that can be able to establish factories in Nigeria. Solar panels are not importing ones that still have to go through dollar exchange or foreign exchange, and thus making it very expensive and not affordable for most of the folks. If you come to Port Harcourt, where I stay, a lot of homes now are having solar panels on their roofs because the awareness of renewable energy is growing, which is very good. But also, the sensitization is very, very poor. Government are not actually reaching out through the media to educate people about why it is important to adopt renewable energy. They're not doing that. People are still using old fossil fuel, even using old refrigerators that produce methane, which is very, very dangerous to our environment. So these are areas where government need to sensitize people and help them to be able to be aware of the importance of adopting renewable energy. Again, we have wind here. We have a lot of wind outside the solar panel, which we know have a lot of sun availability of sunlight here. But wind too, we need to have wind generating energy, which is part of the renewable energy. It's very important for us to be able to adopt this. What about battery powered vehicles? Yeah, we also need that here. So this action plan means the industrial and Western countries need to come to the aid of the third world countries. It's not that the third world countries are begging, they're themselves supposed to do something. They're trying, they're making effort. But like I said, a lot of factors like corruption is a mitigating factor against them. So the action plan means helping them to be able to do that, to actualize this all-important goal. Individually, we also need to do something as individuals, as citizens of the planet.
Hello. Hello. Okay. I guess that's is because of his network. So I'm just going to give him some few seconds. If he doesn't return, we'll move over to the next speaker. Yeah. Okay, I guess the network issue is really very serious. So really appreciate his presentation on shedding light on this particular goal quite literally. So clean energy is not just about electricity, it's about empowerment, access, and innovation. He has just reminded us of the role of education and also the energy consciousness. So we really appreciate his presentation on this particular topic. And now we're supposed to move over to Goal 8. Well, the speaker for Goal 8 isn't present now. So we'll move over to the next goal, which is Goal 9. SDG Goal 9 will be presented by Ambassador Navneet Pandey. SDG 9 is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me such a great opportunity. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever you feel connected with, to well all esteemed speakers, respected Gloria ma'am, respected Rania ma'am, and all the new members of AWT family who have joined today. Well, my name is Navneet Pandey and I am from Uttarakhand, India. So thank you again, ma'am, for giving me such a great opportunity. And this is the most fascinating topic nowadays scenario. The topic allotted to me is SDG 9, Industry Innovation Infrastructure. Focus area is promoting local innovation and STEM education to drive sustainable development. So I have break down this topic into 3 subtopics, and one by one I'm going to speak on this. So the first is, what is SDG 9? Sustainable Development Goal SDG 9 is known as Industry Innovation Infrastructure, focuses on building resilient infrastructure, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization and fostering innovation. This goal aims to drive economic growth, create employment opportunities, and develop new technologies to address global challenges. Here is a more detailed breakdown. Number one is resilient infrastructure. SDG 9 emphasizes developing reliable, sustainable, and resilient infrastructure, including transportation, energy, and information and communication, technology, ICT, to support economic activities and improve living standards. Number two is inclusive and sustainable industrialization. The goal promotes industrialization that benefits all, creating jobs and income, while also ensuring environmental sustainability. Number three is innovation. SDG 9 encourages the development of new technologies and the upgrading of existing ones to improve efficiency and addresses global challenges. In essence, SDG 9 recognizes the crucial role of infrastructure, industrialization, and innovation in achieving broader sustainable development goals, including economic growth, social progress, and environmental protection. So, the next subtopic is how to promote local innovation to achieve SDG 9. So, promoting local innovation to achieve SDG 9 involves fostering a supportive environment for small and medium-sized enterprises, encouraging the development of new technologies and integrating environmental considerations into industrial processes that can be achieved through various initiatives, including providing access to financial services and markets, building capacity through training and education, and implementing regulatory frameworks that incentivize sustainability. Here are some key strategies for promoting local innovations. Supporting for SMEs. SDG 9 emphasizes the importance of SMEs as drivers of local innovation and economic growth. This can involve providing access to affordable credit, promoting their integration into value chains, and creating a supportive regulatory environment. Number two is capacity building. Investing in education and training programs can equip individuals with the skills needed to develop and implement innovative solutions. This includes integrating environmental considerations into formal and professional training programs. Number three is technology development and research. SDG 9 recognizes the importance of investing in scientific research and innovation to drive technological advancement. This can involve supporting domestic technology development and fostering collaboration between research institutions and industry. Next is sustainable industrialization. Promoting sustainable industrial practices is crucial for achieving SDG 9. This involves encouraging the adoption of clean and environmentally sound technologies, promoting resource efficiency, and reducing waste generation. Next is regulatory frameworks. Government regulations can play a key role in incentivizing innovation and sustainability. This can include implementing regulations related to energy efficiency, waste management, and environmental protection. Next is collaboration and partnerships. Fostering collaborations with different stakeholders, including government agencies, research institutions, industry, and civil society is essential for driving innovation and achieving sustainable development goals. And the last one is access to information and technology. Increasing access to information and communication technology, including the internet, can empower individuals and business to access knowledge and learn about new technologies. And in the same sequence, the last part of my topic is how STEM education can foster or is used for driving sustainable development goal. So promoting STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Education is crucial for driving sustainable development goal by equipping individuals with the skills to develop innovative data-driven solutions. STEM education empowers them to contribute to building resilient infrastructure, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and fostering innovation. This in turn can achieve Goal 9 targets such as developing equality infrastructure, promoting inclusive industrialization, and upgrading industries to make them sustainable. Here is how STEM education contributes to SDG 9. Here are some key aspects. Developing resilient infrastructure. STEM education can help train professionals who can design, build, and maintain infrastructure that is resilient to climate change and other shocks, includes ensuring its sustainability. Next is promotive inclusive industrialization. STEM education can foster innovation in industrial processes, making them more efficient, environmentally friendly, while also creating more inclusive and sustainable industries. Number three is fostering innovation. STEM education equips individuals with the skills to develop new technologies and processes, leading to innovation in various industries and sectors. Next one is improving efficiency and resource use. STEM principles can be applied to optimize industrial processes, reduce waste, and improve resource efficiency, contributing to a more sustainable industrial and landscape. Next is creating jobs and economic growth by promoting innovation and sustainable industrial practices. The STEM education can create new jobs and contribute to economic growth in a sustainable way. And the last one is addressing global challenges. STEM education can help addresses global challenges related to infrastructure, industrialization, and innovation, such as climate change, resource scarcity, and poverty. In essence, STEM education is a key driver for achieving SDG 9 by empowering individuals with the knowledge and skills needed to build a more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable industrial future. Thank you so much, ma'am. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Navneet Pandey, for painting such a visionary picture. Innovation is the engine of progress, and your presentation highlights how it evolves to match the demands of a dynamic world. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. So up next, we have SDG 10, Reduced Inequalities, and the speaker is Ambassador Gayatri Mishra. Over to you, Ambassador Gayatri.
Yes, ma'am.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Good evening, respected Rania ma'am, Gloria ma'am, Kamal sir, Nahid sir, Navneet Pandey sir. First time in all, Neela ma'am. Can you hear my voice, ma'am?
Yes, yes, you can. You're audible. We can hear you.
SDG 10 reduce inequalities, focus area, inclusive practice in education, bridge gaps among marginalized groups. My answer are: good evening, educators, change makers, and friends in the global development community. It is an honor to speak today on a topic that touches the very heart of equity, justice, and transformation, sustainable development, global goal 10. Reduce inequalities with a focus on inclusive practice in education. Education is the most powerful tool we have for breaking the cycle of poverty and empowering individuals and for millions of children and youth around the world, especially those from marginalized groups, education remains a distant dream. Today, we live in a world where equality is deeply woven into the fabric of education. Children with disabilities, girls in particular communities, ethnic minorities, refugees, and those from low-income family options face multiple access discrimination, under resources schools, language exclusions, and outside curricula that fail to reflect their realities. According to UNESCO, over 258 million children and youth are out of school, and many who are in school are not learning due to systematic exclusions. If you do not take intentional steps, their equalities will only widen, reinforcing a cycle of exclusion of generation. So, how do we begin to bridge these gaps? Number one, culturally relevant pedagogy. Educators must adopt techniques, methods that respect and reflect the diverse cultural backgrounds of learners. Every child should feel seen, heard, and valued in their classroom. And number two, universal designs for learning. Yeah, UDL. We must design learning environments that are flexible and accessible to all, whether that means providing multiple formats for learning materials, using assistive technology to allow learning to demonstrate knowledge in different ways. And number three, gender inclusive curriculum and policy. Girls must not be left behind. Education must challenge stereotypes, ensure menstrual hygiene support in schools, and promote safe learning environments free from gender-based violence. And number four, language inclusion. Mul- multiple educational helps bridge languages barriers for individual children and minority groups. When a children learns in a language, they understand their confidence and outcomes increase diversity. Number five, teacher training and mindset shift. Teachers are the frontline not as a burden but as necessary shift for 21st century education. And number six, inclusive education is not confined to the classroom. Parents, local leaders, and community organization must be actively involved to address the socio-economic and cultural barriers that learners face. Everyone has a role. Reducing inequalities through inclusive education is not the job of the government or one school or one teacher. It is the collective personal responsibility of us all.